All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another weekly recap. Now, this one, I'm gonna recap the swings only. I have four swings. I think two of them were from the week before. So not this past week, the week before, but held them into this week, right? Into this past trading week, that is. I went 11 for 15 on a combined DT and swings. Some of those were swing trims. I took some trims last week, 2 weeks ago, and this past week as well. I closed three of them. I'm holding one of them, and actually, one of them is Para. I actually took this past week, this past trading week. I trimmed that. I'm holding some into this week to see where else we can go with this name. All right, so there are Pfizer, Mara, PFE, Mara, MARA, DraftKings, DKNG, and Paramount, PARA. We're going to start out with DraftKings. Now, this is a clean setup. Obvious setup if you look at it, right? I really don't have to say anything on this, but what do we have? Consolidation up here, right? This high, strong rejection, right? This can lead back into where this price action over here. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Nice triple top, right? So I took it off of this candle rejection and close. I think I took it early on, noticing the double top we had here. And I think I took it, I'm pretty sure I took it early on in the day. Didn't want this thing coming down. I was feeling that the market was going to pull down. But what happened was I think the market might have pulled down on the 17th, but some of these names like DraftKings, CCL, they would just consolidate, linger, or even move up, right? They were really strong. But I ended up taking the swing. You can see price action there, price action there. And guess what? We got the rejection, the close. We tried, right? We tried, but we got the rejection and closed below the level, 20.77. Then the next day, didn't trim. My target was where over here we had a nice gap fill. I usually don't hold till targets, but I set my targets to show me how much room we have, right? How much room we have to the downside. If I'm swinging short, how much room do I have for this to continue falling through? But I do like to trim along the way because you never know what happens in the market, right? You never know. This could end up being a level right here, this high right there, and we could easily come and bounce off of here and then rip, right? So I like to trim along the way. And if it hits my target, hey, hopefully I'll still be holding some, right? So DraftKings broke, held below the level, took it. You got a nice dragonfly, gravestone doji up here off of this candle right there. Adds more confidence to the trade. I don't stop out during the day. I always watch the close. Why? Because I'm taking it off of a daily time frame. Sometimes you'll have these rip, right? But they sell off pretty nasty too. And that's what you had right here with DraftKings. It sold off. That's why I wait for the close on my swings. And I take them a month out, allowing me to size up on my trades. Therefore, I'm able to manage my losses and manage the winnings at the same time, right? See, you could still print on monthly expirations, right? So this one ended up going for, it actually went more than 30%. I ended up taking it for 30%. After the market held the daily trend line, I thought we were going to end up coming back up. After coming down here, we nearly filled the gap. I was really wanting to fill the gap. This wick was a trigger for me right there to close my position out, and actually ran nearly there. I had an alert, never triggered, and then I bounced in and I closed the trade on the bounce for 30%. But I'm pretty sure it was around 50%, if I'm not mistaken, on a monthly expiration. I'll take that. But 30% was the closeout on this trade. Nonetheless, it did end up hitting target. Let's see what we get over here. If we get a nice little dead cat bounce, maybe up into here, 19, rejecting close, I'll look for a breakthrough through this. So I'll look to re-enter this trade if we come through back up here to this level. 19. See how we react on 19, reject close, and then I'll look to grab a swing. I'll keep a tight stop loss. We break and hold through here, I'm out. I'll expect to move back up into this triple top. All right, and see if we can come down. If we do end up doing that and I do swing it, of course, this would be your target. And then if you get through there, pretty much this is a really clean target down, maybe up to here. Maybe you can move it up to 1580. Nice target down here, though. Next trade, Mara. And let me know if you guys have any questions about these trades, all right? Why the trigger? If there's something I did not hit on, let me know. I'm more than happy to hit on it. So this was Mara. Yeah, so Mara, I went over this one last week. Why I grabbed the trade was BTC. BTC, baby. We called the high on the daily. This was up here. This was up here, and I called there's really good resistance on Bitcoin up here. I'm expecting a pullback. What I grabbed Mara short. That's what I did. I grabbed, I think it was right here. I grabbed Mara short. Yeah. So I took the Mara shorts. Oh, on this candle right there. Now I took it here. We do have a great daily supply zone up here too. You can see the bounce here, the consolidation. Once we fell through, nice strong move, right? Came back up, rejected this, dropped, and then you're coming back up. So you formed a higher low, therefore setting my trend line. Got to watch that trend line. I actually noted this one this past week. I didn't see it initially when I took the trade, but my main watch was the supply, but I did take it here because Bitcoin was in daily supply. So I triggered it there, and don't know what this is. It's probably a shorter time frame level, but nonetheless ended up coming up here, and then I took it on the highs right before close, I believe. But it ended up dropping, coming through, and coming down and hit our trend line. I closed this trade for 32%, expecting a bounce off this trend line. If it gets through, you're looking for 572 next target. All right, nothing really else on nothing much on this one. Next one, Pfizer. Pfizer was a banger. Actually, the last one was a banger. I'll talk about that one soon. Next, actually. So Pfizer, I took this here. So why did I take this here? There's a gap fill. There was a gap fill. Your gap fill, right, from this wick into this candle close. We came up, filled the gap. That's right there. You guys know what I mean. You see this candle right here? We opened up right there. We came up, filled the gap, and I took the short. I took the short targeting what? This trend line. We formed a higher low. Higher low, we got a strong bounce, but consolidation here, right? Not that real clean higher low that you're looking for where it bounces. You got a nice strong V. No, you got a nice bounce, but you just consolidated, right? Nonetheless, I did just set that trend line. It's not going to be a strong trend line because, again, you did not really get that V. You just got a bounce and just consolidation, and then you dropped. So you could see it ended up falling through, but I trimmed some at the target here, and then I closed the rest out here. I closed the rest, yes, at this low right here. I believe so. Maybe on the way down, somewhere right here, right before I hit this target for 66%, or at the target, actually. I'll have to go back and look, but either way, banger of a trade, right? I set the trend line as a first trim, got it, and then ended up coming down all the way. And this one ended up closing the last positions I had on it at 66% down here. So nice trade. Gap fill reversal. My favorite type of swing trade setup is the gap fill reversal. When there's a gap, you fill it, you come up, you fill it with price action, and then if it closes below after filling, I like to take it to the downside, and vice versa, right? Coming down, you fill the gap, close above, and then I like to take it to the upside. So really great GFR play right here for 66%. And let me remind you guys, these are monthly expirations, so don't get too into or get psyched out about taking weeklies, right? You always thinking like, oh, weeklies are the ones who will print 2 weeks out. No, these monthlies still print. I've had multiple swings where in the same day I've hit 30% on a monthly expiration. Check this one out. Para. All right, so Para. I ended up taking Para. Is this still recording? Yes, okay. I had to pause it for a second. So Para here, let me remove the, I kept this level here just in case I do end up getting stopped out. I was looking to short up here if I did get stopped out on this. But Para here, we have a nice daily supply up here. You can see the consolidation, right? And then the bounce. And then we came through, break hook, and then go to the downside, right? The infamous break hook and go. Really good daily supply up here. So I ended up taking it on this candle right here. We also have a nice little trend line right there. You see the strong rejection, bounce, came back down, gap down, and then again respected that trend, came back down. So I took it on this one. Why, right? Why didn't I just wait for it to come up into here? Well, we did hit that demand zone. I mean, we did hit that supply zone up here. We did hit and reject it, right? You don't necessarily have to go into it to reject it, right? To trigger a trade. You can just hit the bottom of that demand zone, the supply zone, and then close below. So I ended up taking this one not too long before the close, I believe. I don't recall if it was early on or before. No, it was before the close. It was before the close. I ended up taking this maybe actually an hour or two before close, so pretty early entry. Ended up taking it, nice rejection and closed below the daily supply. I like to see that. And then the next day we gapped down, moved up a little, filled the gap actually. You see, we filled the gap, came back down and closed, and I trimmed. I think I'm out most at 41%. Now check this out. This was a 2 month expiration. 2 month expiration trigger. I took April 21st cons. April 21st puts on this one, and the next day they ran 41%, probably more actually, probably more, but I was able to get some out. Oh yeah, for sure more, but I was able to get some out at 41%. Again, you see how a month out, 2 months, they still move, they still print. This is the next day on April 21st. So these were the four trades. It was Pfizer, Mara, DraftKings, and Paramount Para. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. I just wanted to cover the swings. Some other trades I had were some SPY zero DTEs, some Google day trade, traded Google twice, I think. SPY a few times throughout the week. I had an SQ's trim also. That was a swing trim. I've been holding that for a minute. I've had SQ calls actually. I've trimmed those for 28%. I'm holding just a fourth, and then I had an Apple loss, a SPY zero DTE loss, a NVIDIA loss, and another SPY zero DTE loss. But pretty much everything else was winners. Swings was the highlight of the week for me. Really, really great week with the swings, and I took another swing actually. I took another swing. It was what was it? It was gold. I took gold actually. I took gold calls. We'll see how those play out this week. I think gold gets a bounce. We'll see. But let me know if you guys have any questions about this recap. Thanks.